play the wrong one. Sorry. Just thought to. Hi everyone, this is Barman 973, and happy American Independence Day, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day, whatever you're going to say, to my fellow Americans, and really, this is a day that I like to try to celebrate and to remember, and to think about a lot of things that America has contributed to it, not only itself but the world at large, and hopefully that America will continue to celebrate the 4th of July as its Independence Day for many more years. I want everybody to know that I'll be talking today and all that kind of stuff is I'm not here to debate. I'm realized it's playing music twice. I hope that didn't sound too weird. I've got some like background music that's, American-y. Alright, first I want to talk about some some traditions that I like to do during this 4th of July. I haven't listened to it yet, but I usually listen to Casey at Bat. And who's on first? I really enjoy listening to those. On this day, it's become kind of a tradition for me, and probably after this, I will go look those up and listen to that. So I guess I want to say that in today's America, they're making it harder and harder and harder for me to be proud to be an American, and it just seems that for every step we take forward, we take 2 steps back, and it's getting incredibly difficult for me. I love my country. I was born here, raised here, and it's very likely that I will probably never leave the country, not for not wanting to I would like to go visit other places. But, I'm currently stuck here, so gotta deal with the hands you're dealt, and if you ask me, there's almost nowhere in the world I would rather live. In fact, I can't think of another place that I would want to live other than the United States of America. No matter how bad things have gotten or will going to get, I'm still much rather be here than somewhere else. This country has gone nuts, and I think it's time. Hi, Dr. Three Balls. I think it's time that we try to remember some of the good things, and I guess even some of these good things can be seen as bad by other people. Everything can be seen as bad. There are just always going to be those people in the world, and like people could say, "Oh, the Holocaust should have happened," just horrible things like that. So, but we're just going to kind of talk and everything, and what things that can. You have a right. Dude, I totally forgot you were going to be Secretary of Pence. Thank you, Dr. Three Balls. We celebrate this day to remember that not only for the birth of the country, but to also help think of all the people that have lived and died for the country, and it's supposed to be a day where you're supposed to be able to embrace other Americans, all Americans, and just share a day that is ours, for as Americans. It's our day, and we celebrate that with fireworks and barbecues and everything to celebrate the holiday. I Sorry, I don't have a speech or anything really prepared today, so we're just kind of going off the top of my head here. And I just kind of want, we're talking about maybe a little bit of U.S. history here. Back in 1776, we had officially declared our independence from Great Britain, and it was, and we became the United States of America. Over the course of years, we've had a lot of ups and a lot of downs. I'm not saying that the United States is perfect. I don't think anything is perfect. You can't have anything that is perfect. There were all, and it's run by humans, and humans tend to be filled with faults and errors, and there's nothing that life can fix that. So as the country continues to go forward, I can only hope that with these faults and errors, that we can still continue to do great things for not only the United States of America, but for the world abroad. We need to set a great example of what you want your country to be. Is the United States currently that? If you ask me right now, no, it is not. We still have a lot of improvements. But as years go by, more and more things can be improved upon if we only just try. So I keep going off. And like I said, I'm not here to debate. All right. What things I'm going to be saying is stuff that I remember, so some things could be a little off, and it can sound a little bit politically biased. That is not my intent. I am just sharing what I know. And I want to talk about, first, with the emancipation of the slaves in 1860, I can't remember if it was 4 or 5. It's probably 1864, where they emancipated the slaves. And a lot of people actually think it was the Emancipation Proclamation that freed the slaves, and that's actually not entirely true. And that it did free slaves, but it only technically freed slaves in slave-owned states. It was the 13th Amendment that officially freed the slaves from, slavery. And I will say that it was actually an extremely hard-fought sorry. It was extremely hard fought for President Lincoln to be able to pass the 13th Amendment. And people don't realize actually how close that came to not actually passing. And, like, for instance, there's a story of a pro-slavery, I can't remember, I think it was congressman or senator, I don't really remember, beat an abolitionist member of the Senate with a cane. Let's just hope that we don't get into that. But it passed, and even though it was a little rocky, we made it our way through, and eventually passed the Civil Rights Act, and we have taken great strides to equality within the races. And just something I want to quick mention is, I am not racist. I don't have a racist bone in my body. And I hate hearing that white people are all racist just because we're white. I didn't choose this color of my skin. I'm just who I am. And calling me racist is racist. And for, a lot of other people too. So, I'm sorry, that's just something I wanted to touch on real quick. Passed with the Civil Rights Act, and we had Martin Luther King Jr. in his I Have a Dream speech says that not judge a man by the color of his skin, and but to judge a man on the contents of his character. And that is the way that things need to go forward. So far, right now, the country is completely divided between race. That's all I ever hear about. Race this, race that, skin color this, skin color that. It's really, really annoying. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. We are all part of the human race, and we all deserve to be treated equally to each other. And the sins of our fathers are not our own, and you need to be judged on the base of your character, and not that of the sins of your fathers, or the color of your skin. We need to be remembered of this, and continue to work hard to improve our lives and the lives of others, no matter who they are, no matter what they look like, and no matter what they believe. In America, you can believe whatever you want. You can talk about whatever you want. You can, it's a great place to be. Because, there are so many other places that, even though they are free countries, still have way more restrictions than the United States, and people just tend to forget that. People in the United States, they get focused on the United States, and they say, oh, these places are so much better, but they don't really know a lot of the details. I don't know a lot of the details. All I know is that this is the country that I would much rather be in, and we have it in us to judge everybody by the contents of their character. If you're a jerk, you're a jerk. Alright? If you are a racist, you're a racist. And if you are a good man in standing, or good woman in standing, or good they in standing, I don't know, should I say that? You have it in you to help others and help yourself. And it shouldn't matter the color of your skin, creed, background, anything. And that's the way that we need to continue moving forward. Alright, sorry, I'm going to get into the chat just a little bit here. Secretary of the Pants, important job. Breath mints are very important. Thank you, Pierre, for happy 4th of July from Europe. Will I offer everyone a new free pony? I don't think 3.5 million ponies is what the United States needs. Urgently, me and my father, unfortunately. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Repentancy. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I will add you to my prayers tonight and send them for you. And I still wish you a very happy 4th of July. And to anyone who's watching this now or watches this later, please let Repentancy know that you are there, and and say sorry for the loss of their stepmother. Why Forcing It says Happy Independence Day, Yanks. Love from England. Thank you very much. Vince says, keep your head up. If I can move through this with my father, you can get through anything too. Let's say, be strong and do the best you can. Repentancy. France parents ever become compromised. I can come in Black Aka. I don't know. Isn't there that famous clip with Biden, and he comes out and he goes, my butt's been wiped? I'm not entirely sure. I'm almost sure that he actually yelled something different, but it sounds like, my butt's been wiped. So it's like, don't worry, it's clean. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Pierre. Yeah, no, 350,000 or so million new ponies for everybody. Probably not. And how would you fit like a family of 4 lived in an apartment building on the 20th floor? How would you fit 4 ponies in there? Just saying. I want another thing I want to talk about real quick, seeing as I'm talking about a lot of like civil rights and all that kind of stuff. I want to talk about a little bit about I guess this made me a little upset. Once again, I'm not here to debate. I'm just here to share. Is the tearing down? There was a statue. I don't remember the name of the actual person, but they teared down this. A statue of a well-known abolitionist, which basically people who fought against slavery, tore it down because he was racist. And sorry, I find that incredibly confusing logic. That's what I think a lot of people have. They have their logic kind of messed up. In middle school, my principal, we would make fun of him because he loved to use this phrase, and we made fun of him. And only looking back at it as an adult, I know that what he was basically talking about. And we would have like this early show or whatever, played on the school in the morning in my middle school, and and he would always use, and we would have bets in the class on how many times he would say it, when he would say it, and all that kind of stuff. And this phrase is something that I really, really wish that I would have took more in as a child. And he would say this all the time, and that phrase was, use common sense. And then he would say it again. He would almost never say it just once. Use common sense. Use common sense. It's like we're small young children. We've got to really nail it into our brains that you really just got to do your best to use the gray matter in between your ears and to be able to think things through before you act. A lot of times nowadays, I just don't see that anymore. I see act, and then they go, oops. We really just need to take a little bit of time and think and use common sense. This world is built upon things that don't make sense, and it makes for a very shaky foundation. But what we need to do is replace that foundation with common sense and build up a stronger and stronger world to... I can't think of the words. I apologize. But to have a good foundation is to have a good structure. And to have a... Sorry, I just heard a plane outside. Is to have a good structure. And to have a good structure is some of the most important things that you can do. Because with that structure, you have things to improve upon. Is it confirmed that the president's butt was white? Alright. Just seemed like a very strange thing to yell. I don't know if I was officially, I was like running. I am running for office, but I'm not. Running for office currently. I'm running. It's difficult to explain in my head. Heck, I would say random silly things just to see what the news would say. The cheese is moldy. I don't know. Oh boy, sorry. I'm taking some medication for COVID and my mouth tastes like metal. It's very unpleasant. I'm trying to think. Once again, let's say I didn't really have a script, I didn't really have a plan. I'm just kind of here, we're talking, and so I guess, if anyone has any questions or anything like that, or anything they would like to know, I happen to know lots of things, not everything, but lots of things, and I'll be more than willing to talk and chat and everything. I'm going to look at chat here for just a moment. Let's see. Alright, Pierre had to leave. Sorry that's late, but bye, Pierre. And hi, Paige. I see you have changed your name. And that the president's butt has been wiped. Okay. So that's very good that the president's butt has been wiped, because we wouldn't want a stinky president. I'm gonna... Just one second. Still have this mango jam. Not the best, but it's better than tasting like you're chewing on a penny. Barry says, "What's the longest bicycle ride I've ever taken?" Recently, about 3 feet. No. I don't know. Probably when I was a kid, we used to ride our bikes, I don't know, for miles. There was a road. It was kind of like a back road, because we weren't allowed to really ride on the main road between Fairview and Mount Pleasant, but there was like a back road that had these big hills. And we would go up and down those things until we got, well, you know how you're supposed to go and you're supposed to get half tired and then go back? That's not the way we would do it. We would go until we were all tired and then go back. Then we were really tired when we got home. So it's not like I've been on like a 20-mile bike ride or anything like that, but I've gone pretty far. And I actually very much enjoy riding bikes. I find it very freeing. Let's see. Paige asked, "Will I make pants more affordable?" I don't think I would have that big of a pull on that kind of stuff. People always promise, oh, it's going to be more affordable, but unless it's something that the federal government can actually do, not much that they can do. A lot of that is controlled by companies and what the state of the inflation is. Because the more money you have that's not backed by anything, the less it's worth. So you got to give more to get less. But that's so. Yeah, there's actually not a whole lot you could do. The only thing that you could really do in that situation is to try to control inflation, and currently I don't have a plan for that, other than to stop printing money, but that's about the only way that you could probably get things to go down in the federal government is to control inflation and the value of the United States dollar. that's how you would bring down things like food, grocery, and even pants. Maybe even ponies. I always ask ghosts where their pants are. Why do we always get into not everything is about pants. I mean, don't get me wrong, pants are very important to society. Everybody should be able to afford pants. I think that's a little bit silly of a platform. As president, I'll make sure everybody has a pair of pants. I wonder how... Hold on, I'm going to pull up my calculator. And I know it's different all around the country. And this is not going to be an exact number. Now, let's say a pair of jeans, just regular old jeans, cost about, let's say, $20. Because I pay about $17 for my pants. And times that by 350 million. That is $7 billion. About $7 billion would pay for almost every American to have a pair of pants. What do you know? So it makes you think what you could do with, whatever 1.7 trillion or whatever they were trying to pull earlier. Cryptocurrencies, I actually don't have a whole lot of thought on cryptocurrencies. I've never really gotten into it. The closest thing I've ever done with cryptocurrency is create a fake cryptocurrency on my channel called the Poor Coin, which actually turned out to be almost prophetic at this point. Because it was supposed to be a cryptocurrency that you buy just to lose money. Well, cryptocurrencies are more or less, I guess, based on interest, I guess. Depends on how much interest there is in it. The more it's worth, the less it's worth less. So, I don't know. It's basically money from nothing, right? So it's basically just like printing money that's backed by nothing anyway. So I'm not entirely sure what my opinion on it is. I guess it's more just neutral. That people just do cryptocurrency and that's up to them. And if they make money, they do. If they don't make money, they don't. Same as almost any other way to make money. Oh, my mouth tastes so gross. Boy. And they gave me something to help get me over the symptoms of COVID and makes your mouth taste like you're chewing on pennies. Clara, what are you doing? Sorry, the cat's being weird. Alright. Well, if no one else has anything else, I might end this stream here, and I might play Dead Space 3 in a bit. I probably won't be doing it in my suit and tie because I had to turn off my air conditioner and it's a little warm. So, thank you for everyone who's come and chatted and talked and everything like that. It's very much appreciated. Look forward to some Dead Space 3, hopefully here soon. Happy Independence Day to Americans, and I guess just happy day of the 4th of July everywhere else. It's very much appreciated to everybody. And this has been Poor Man 973 or Daniel B. Giovanoni. I guess I haven't mentioned this all video, but I hope to be running in 2028 for President of the United States. I have, I guess I'll announce this now real quick. I have decided that maybe I should try to run for Congress or the Senate in 2026. It is something I'm now considering. Just to get I've decided that maybe I should just get a little bit of a feel for it, and start to see if I can still do some good. That's the whole reason I want to run. I want to do some good. I want to help my country as much as I can, and I feel like this is something that I'll be able to do. But yeah, so this is Daniel B. Giovannoni, or Poor Man 973, and I hope you all have a happy 4th of July and a great